central control forthwith.
A short-range transmission just came in from Zeb. Sounded urgent. He's requesting we meet him at the tomb of the Matriarch, here on Praetor. It's where the Matriarch and First Sovereign are buried, supposedly. Zeb left out the mission parameters. Probably worried his message might be intercepted. Not unfounded, given the Protectorate presence on Praetor. He did say he'd reach out to us again if he needed help. Reckon we should take it as a compliment. Zeb doesn't trust easy. Anyway, I'd really like to go. If there's time. Much obliged. The sooner we can rendezvous at the tomb, the better. Got the sense that whatever's going down, it's happening now. If it ain't my favorite commander, just stopping by to chat or... Oh yeah? What's needling you?
Structure in the distance is the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. I mean, I'd assume it is. Looks like a Rift experimental facility type place, right?
Protectorate control of Praetor has largely been achieved through the maintenance of a blockade. A survey of Praetor indicates there may be an alternate route past the blockade via the Automech factory.
Time to earn my commission.
Ready to wait. On your command.
To the rescue. Right on scene.
Plasma tolerances exceeded.
Got my lamps on an unfriendly.
Raring to go.
Take recharge.
Let's get you here. Someone call for a medic. I'm happy to help.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just give the signal.
Armed and harassed. Back in business.
Scratches for you.
Your lot couldn't hit the broadside of a freighter.
Graphs tingling. All charged up. My aftermarket parts.
Troublemaker approaching.
Looking a little woozy there, Commander.
Up to, but I'm not ready.
Someone call for a medic. Out of sight and on the way. Graphs ready if you need a house call.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Armed and ready.
We're here! Revolvers ahead! Combat!
Whatever that was, doesn't sound like anything I'd like to meet up with close.
Hostile nigger.
I smell it.
Looking pretty scathed, Commander.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Let's say win. Now walk how to fix me up first.
Happy to help. Discreet. Let's get you healed. Rescue. Right on scene. Tingling. All charged up. Graph's ready if you need a house call. Out of sight and on the way. Let's get you healed. Graph's back in business. Taking position so I can take the abuse.
Knew you had my back.
care of him.
Commander.
Thick skin, but it ain't that thick. Yeah.
As I told you before, we need to wait for Niles.
Your arrival cannot be more timely. After the events of Paradise Island, I could think of no one more suited to conduct a surgical strike of this nature. I'm, glad to see you again as well, Niles.
Gotta say you had me worried. The message you sent sounded serious.
Then I composed it accurately. To the task at hand. We are standing before the tomb of the matriarch. Few are invited to tour its halls, and even fewer know of its greatest secret. For any subject, visiting the matriarch and First Sovereign's resting place is the pinnacle of empty social achievement. But the tomb's corpses are its least important feature. The intelligence my friends risked all to acquire revealed a vault in its lowest level containing the matriarch's body of work, hidden from the public. Who knows what technologies the Protectorate is withholding? If the matriarch was the genius she's purported to be, the skip drive cannot be the entirety of her inventions. Whatever technological advancements may be sequestered here, the goal is almost certainly to keep the populace of Arcadia subservient to the pernicious whims of its governing body. But not for much longer. We are going to liberate any and all of the matriarch's research, whatever it may be, and distribute it to the people. The time for considering risk is past. We cannot afford to be timid when battling giants. Besides, now I have 2 Earth Directorate agents to assist me. What could go wrong?
I can see a half-dozen points of failure, but bad odds ain't ever stopped us before.
Glad we're operating under the same understanding. We're unlikely to have another chance like this. We must follow through now that we've made the opening. Which also means, once inside, we cannot leave until it's done. They'll be taking up strategic positions to guard the entrance and watching for any stray Protectorate patrols. We'll move more swiftly in fewer numbers. Slim chance of that. I'll not assign a task to others that I'm unwilling to undertake myself.
Color me surprised.
After you.
accompanied Zebulon inside. We'll guard the entrance from here.
We should hurry inside before more guards arrive. Stay close and keep silent. The less attention we draw, the better. By the matriarch, there weren't supposed to be visitors today. That Sentinel and Docent are gonna put splinters in our plan if they're not dealt with.
You hang back here. The commander and I'll take care of this.
Gladly. I'll rejoin you once the path is clear.
To have the matriarch taken from us before her time.
Actually, the matriarch passed at the impressive and venerable age of 90, establishing Arcadia's precedent for longevity.
90? So young! Imagine what glorious inventions she could have conceived of with only a handful more years.
For my next gift, I bestow upon you the pinnacle of automechanical design, far superior to all automechanicals that came before. The time once spent in numbing manual labor may now be spent in harmonious community with your neighbor, and in humble service to the Protectorate. May art and science flourish in these many hours, which I have returned to you.
Warning, power at 13%. Power cell has been partially depleted due to inaction.
Let this accord between the Protectorate and the Order of the Ascendant mark the moment of Arcadia's true birth.
Beloved Matriarch, you are nearer to perfection as anyone living could ever achieve. It will be the honor of the Order to serve as the Protectorate's scientific helpmeets.
All that I do for my subjects and their descendants. Gloria Arcadia!
Gloria Arcadia!
Mapping obstructed. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed. This presentation will continue until audience recognition is received. Warning, power at 13%. Power cell has been partially depleted due to inertia. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia.
Halt. This area is not intended for interactive presentations. Return to your display immediately.
Order disregarded. This unit serves only the matriarch.
You must be suffering a malfunction.
The matriarch perfected automechanical design. Therefore, it is impossible for this automechanical to malfunction. You are malfunctioning by suggesting this operation is in error.
Your logic is infallible, like the matriarch. Running self-diagnostic now.
Warning, power at 13%. Power cell has been partially depleted due to inertia. Pathing obstructed. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia.
Vicious temperament observed.
This presentation will continue until audience recognition is received.
Let me handle this.
Not now.
Prudence dictates we route all
I now present to you my new invention, the Skip Drive. A revolutionary technology that will allow humanity to sojourn to the stars.
Only a singular mind could have conceived of such advanced technology.
It is my deepest wish to entrust the Skip Drive to those brave visionaries willing to follow me into a most prosperous future.
Yes, oh wise matriarch, lead us into this future you have envisioned.
Set course for Arcadia. In my new colony, We will abandon the illness of corporatism. None will suffer for the pleasure of unseen overlords. And all will thrive. Everything in accordance with the grand paradigm.
Thinking never made anybody happy.
I'm seeing unfriendly so.
What's the last, Commander?
Again. Will we
That's
see
a
her?
bad couple.
It has been 10 minutes. Perhaps you would like to view the rest of the exhibition hall?
The last Sentinel who received a tour boasted of spending 30 minutes in Lamentations. Do you think me incapable of matching his grief?
Not at all, Sentinel Willett. Please continue.
Straight to data. Grasp back in business.
Kara, continue. Wait there. I'll come to you.
I'll handle. Now, my turn. There should be a hidden entrance here. he can access the lower level now. The security room that we need to reach is nearby. We should be able to disable that energy barrier from there.
Who goes? No one is allowed in here without the proper authorization. Ah, I see you have come armed. Intruders, then. I suppose you intend to extract my surrender through means most lurid and foul.
Damn, the head curator. I had hoped to slip in before his shift, but no matter. We cannot allow him to leave and raise the alarm. He must be dispatched, quickly.
How's that now?
Now hold on. I know we had to kill that fella with the Sentinel, but this man's unarmed. He's already surrendered.
I rather think that line has some blurry distinction.
How much of a fuss could this one fella cause, really? Come on, Zeb. No need to cut any bellies over maybes and ifs.
And please, if secrecy's your concern, you may rely upon me to be the utmost spirit of discretion. I have never betrayed a confidence in my life.
Allowing him to leave would be a grave error of mercy, one we can ill afford in this place.
Yes, right. I have a family. Well, no, not as yet, but one day. I swear, on my love of the Sovereign, let me leave and I will breathe not a word of your presence here.
Do not allow these crabbled tears to fool you. This is all a performance. No true subject of the Protectorate would yield so easily. We're wasting time. This man is an instrument of Empire, perpetuating the tyrant's lies. And were our positions reversed, he would not hesitate to execute us, or worse, send us to mental refreshment.
I'm kin to the risks, Zeb.
Are you? Can you even fathom the indignity of having your every thought scrutinized and scored and made perfect? My sister was made into a shadow. I endured daily sessions with the lathe of particularity and still find myself policing my own mind for untoward proclivities and inclinations.
The commander's right. This man didn't put you in the lave, Zeb. He's just trapped in the system, same as everyone else.
I never have possessed immunity against your pleading. Fine, you're free to leave. Do not repay this kindness with treachery.
You are merciful and wise. I will depart at once.
Let's hope the consequences of this decision do not assert themselves while we're still here. You and Niall should turn off the power to the security barrier and make your way to the vault. I'll remain here and guide you as best I can through the labyrinth. No turning back now. More ambulation, less aspiration.
It's secrets all the way down with the Protectorate, ain't it? I'd have expected Zebulon to be a little more prepared going into this. Then again, he ain't Earth Directorate. Training's just not there. At least he had the good sense to call in the reserves. Shows he's starting to trust us, at least a little. Yeah, maybe. Not sure what to make of it all, really. Just glad we seem to be shifting in the same direction now. No going back from here. Not until we've done what we came here to.
Hold! Don't set foot in that room. The schematics on this console indicate this place is defended by all manner of traps. One moment. Yes. It appears there are N-ray tripwires, invisible to the naked eye, that will electrify the floors if crossed. Move cautiously. And if you have any gadgets that might help, I suggest using them.
In spite of substantial efforts to prolong his life, my father's condition continues to deteriorate, both physically and mentally. It has been
Over here, Commander.
difficult to
Reckon I
observe.
found something
His
that might
latest
be
effort
useful
would see
then.
him entombed within an automechanical body. I objected, of course, to my father becoming some chimera of machine and man, but was overruled. Now the Order informs me that, far from being a panacea, this attempt has exacted a toll on my father that is likely to finish what time and disease have already begun. I may soon be sovereign. And if that bears out, I will need to hide all of this. Burn all of my father's research into longevity. Seal his automech body away at the factory. What grief I will inherit. What mess.
Have a look, Commander. With a little elbow grease and some inadvisable engineering, reckon I can finagle these components into a fine explosive gel. Who knows? Could come in handy. I hear what you're saying, Commander. And I'm touched by the concern, really. I let the past pin me down for too long. But I'm a lot more capable now than I was back on Horizon Point. Helps working alongside the finest Earth Directorate agent to ever grace Arcadia. You should know me well enough by now to know I wouldn't blow smoke about your skills. Let's keep on. I'll continue tinkering on this in the meantime, see what I can come up with.
We've made it through. Good. Now there should be 3 switches in this room. When pulled in the correct order, the doors should open. If I'm reading this right, the order is 1, 3, 2. But which switch corresponds to which number? Ah, damn it. Why must the Protectorate abstract everything?
Must be a way to suss out which switch is which. Maybe if we could peep the wiring. Does that seem a little off to you, Commander? I think he's starting to worry me. That business with the curator. I'm glad Zeb stood down, but it was close. Never seen him so eager for bloodletting before. He's changed. Ain't sure for the better. I know you're right. Suppose part of me still feels responsible for what he's gone through. If only I stuck it out, maybe then, well, no use stewing. We've still got a vault to break into and tyrannical government to topple.
By my grandmother, I cannot abide the time this research into the rifts is taking. It has been years, and yet I am still absent, my wife and daughter. I am still half whole. The researchers swear it's possible to bring them back from the void. Perhaps those are only pretty lies intended to pacify me, but I trust Dr. Hurley to tell me the truth. I know the Consul wishes me to give up this obsession and focus on the war effort, but why should I? Am I not sovereign of Arcadia? Should my desires not take priority?
That vault door is quite the obstruction. Fortunately, there should be a code. No. Fuck! They changed it recently. That shouldn't have happened until next week. I'm certain I can diagnose the issue. Now that you've cleared the way, I'll come down and join you.
I might have something else that can get you into that vault, Commander. Remember those components I found? I was able to turn them into something halfway useful after all. This gel should get us through that vault door. You take the honors, Commander. I'll be right behind you.
Nice. I was hoping for a more subtle incursion, but no matter.
Am I running hot, or was that a hint of worry I heard in your voice back there?
Alas, I neglected to pack a thermometer. This terminal should allow me to retrieve all the information stored here. This cannot be right. There's nothing here save the designs for the skip drive. Not even initial concepts. 10 years in Arcadia and the Matriarch invented nothing? And what's this about a deal with the Earth Directorate? We need to talk. Now.
In times of darkness, we must hold our principles dear. I fear the longer this war continues, the further we stray from them. Every step we take must honor the matriarch. I tell Henry this, but he is set in his ways. His notions regarding these rifts are sorely misguided. Why close them when we can use them to Arcadia's benefit? It matters not what the Order thinks, what the Doubters say. The Architect bestowed us with the power of skip drives so that we may secure a perfect future. We must act with haste. I only ever wished for Henry to embrace his role as the caretaker of Arcadia, the savior of us all. But if he has chosen a different path, I will do as I must. And I must not fail.
I knew the Protectorate festered with lies, but I had no idea the Earth Directorate was complicit. Niles, did you know?
Slow up, Zeb. What are you talking about?
It says your agency struck an agreement with the Matriarch over a century ago. In exchange for skip drives, Arcadia was allowed to completely govern itself with absolutely no outside interference, including from the Earth Directorate.
What message? Why didn't you say anything about it sooner?
If this information is true, then the Earth Directorate permitted the Matriarch to create a colony filled with her vassals, enslaved to her will. Everything Arcadia is, all of the suffering that's taken place here, it all could have been avoided. Things could have been different. There's more. The skip drive schematics are here. How the explosive safeguards against tampering work, its evolution over time. But no original concepts, no sketches. Nothing. Our dear Matriarch is a fraud, a cheat. She did not invent the skip drive. There are messages here between her and the First Sovereign that all but confirm it. I thought I might find some technological innovation that could be handed to the Protectorate's enemies. But this is almost better. By releasing this information, we can thoroughly crush the image the Protectorate has been built upon. The Sovereign will be revealed as the unclothed emperor he is, and demolish Arcadia's myth of superiority. If we administer truth to the people, their strength will return. Erstwhile, giving the skip drive designs to the Protectorate's enemies will even the fight. Their technological prowess will be made into nothing. Everything will come apart.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Not to mention how this agreement with the Protectorate will completely destroy the Earth Directorate's reputation.
I was not aware of such a connection between rifts and the skip drives. But I have confidence the Order will figure out a solution. Science is their theater, after all. As for the Earth Directorate, don't you see? This frees them from any obligation to the Protectorate. They'll be able to manufacture skip drives themselves. The deal will be voided. I understand your reticence, but people should have the power and means to make choices for themselves, even unhealthy ones.
It's worth holding the Earth Directorate's feet to the fire for this deal, but I don't think the entire organization should be judged by its worst decision. It's done a lot of good, too. Plus, making the skip drive tech available, That's like throwing a lit match into a fuel converter. Can't think of a worse idea right now.
Do you think the Protectorate stand around debating the potential for injury? No. They act, and so must we. Damn the consequences. And should I refuse to leave empty-handed? What then? Short of shooting me? No.
I know you're aiming to do the most good for the most amount of people, Zeb, but sowing chaos ain't the way.
Do you know how many of my friends died so we could reach this point? Audra sacrificed herself. And you would have me what? Give up now on the cusp of victory? Lay bare my throat for the Protectorate machine to cut?
You remember what we argued about the day before I left?
I've replayed it in my mind many times.
A lot's changed, but that hasn't. Life in Arcadia could be just like we dreamed it. But there's no future if you go through with this. Not for anyone.
Out of respect for my friend, I will forestall the release of this information and seek another avenue to help liberate the people of Arcadia. I'll remain here for a while longer to cover our tracks. The Protectorate will discover the break-in, but hopefully never learn more specifics of what we did and found.
Guess this is goodbye.
Only for now. If we both come out of this war intact, I'll find you. If you wish to be found, of course.
I want to talk it over with the commander, but yeah, maybe we can work something out.
The Protectorate's days are numbered. I will make sure of it.
What is it?
These are the ruffians who threatened me.
Armed and ready.
See that they join me and suffer none of these violence.
Take your heat off you, Commander. Got a distraction for you.
Looks like a fight.
I got my last going on fronting.
Zeb was right. Never should have let that curator go. We could have prevented this. Don't even know where to start with everything that happened in there. At least we were able to talk Zeb out of his plan to release everything we uncovered. I'm all for sowing chaos in the Protectorate, but that kind of information is liable to do more harm than good in the wrong hands. I expect backroom dealing from unregulated corporations, not from the only agency keeping them in check. The Earth Directorate should be better than that. You're telling me you wouldn't have done things differently, or at least tried to. Permission to speak candid, Commander. Yeah, suppose we move well past formalities. Strange as it sounds, this whole experience with Zeb has helped me finally understand the position Augustine was in. Back at Horizon Point, ain't easy having to decide between your allies and protecting untold innocents. I'm not saying what she did was forgivable, but I find myself wondering what would have happened if she lived. Isn't that the damnedest thing? Same could be said for Zeb. Law, even for us. And intentions do matter. If I accidentally trip you, that's a lot different than aiming my foot at your shins, ain't it? Reckon time will decide the heroes from villains in this tale, but it's gonna be hard to forgive the Earth Directorate for arranging the stage like this in the first place. I'm not saying that. Well, I don't know. Maybe I ought to call it quits. Sometimes it feels like I don't know what I should be doing. I'm just cutting wires and hoping for the best. No chance of that. Val's got a fearsome extermination protocol that'll make you glad to walk on two legs. I've given so much to the Earth Directorate already, and hardly felt a return. Should I just keep on? Push through? And here I was hoping you'd unlock the secrets of the universe for me. Shucks. Foolish as it might be, I'm still convinced the galaxy is better with the Earth Directorate in it, flawed as it is. Maybe I can make it better. Won't know until I try. All said, I appreciate you giving me the space to work through this. Sort of feels like the future's opening back up after a long time closed. Likewise, Commander. If it ain't my favorite commander, just stopping by to chat or... Oh yeah? What's needling you?
Hostile spot!
Quite the feat of engineering to keep a place like this operational.
Oh there. Approach the gate and identify yourself if you're looking for access. Well, of all the improbable sights I'd never imagined to actually see, folks simply wandering around the Badlands of Praetor would be near the top of that list. I've not the mind to solve the equation that demonstrates how unlikely it is you've survived enemy combatants, hostile critters, and endless lightning in near equal measure. Is that so? Amusingly enough, I'm inclined to believe you, which means you might be just the help Exemplar Simon's been waiting for. The grounding station was built to help manage and offset the lightning that illuminates the sky and scorches the ground without pause or penance. They also used the station for a number of experiments that they ultimately lacked the capacity to complete. But, suffice it to say, we far exceeded those limitations. Nevertheless, the Exemplar is in need of help to complete his research, and our small squad lacks the manpower to provide it. But you might be the universal variable we've been waiting for. He is in the lab atop the hydraulicalized lift. Ironically, the lift was struck by lightning while the station was being reset and is stuck in its raised position. There is a trail that leads to the top. Just mind the jump onto the platform, and don't touch anything glowing, sparking, or obviously shedding lightning on your way there. And given the situation we find ourselves in, I'll be leaving the gate charged unless you're ready to pass through it. Just approach, and I'll power it down for you. Should you ever need to exit the station, just approach the gate, and I can open it for you. You're doing the architect's work.
Greetings, unaffiliated individual? Could you be a freelancer? A gun for hire? Might you be interested in a job involving the removal of dangerous creatures? Very well. There's a cave directly southeast of our position, positively infested with raptidons. If you exterminate the lot of them, I'll upgrade your basic entry permissions to allow for purchase of our surplus of supplies. Oh, this is so exciting. I can feel the rate of my blood flow increasing. You've returned. Are the raptidons vanquished? Have you completed the job? We shall be here, unraveling the mysteries of the universe.
Your contributions are much appreciated.
Whatever your honorarium, it is well deserved. I understand the strategic value of holding this station, but the odds of a handful of us repelling a full-scale attack is highly dubious. It is fortunate our enemies fear these lightning towers losing control of the skies more than they wish to murder us in our sleep.
It's you, prime mover of the grand plan.
Oh, hello. Cogitate here often?
I'll write my next dissertation in your honor.
So, you're the mysterious individual that's caused such a stir across Arcadia? Well, it is my sincerest of pleasures to meet you. I am Exemplar Simon, head of research at this station. Please consider me your personal conduit to this meager, yet profound portion of the universal equation. How may I be of service? So you're the reason I've been alerted to recalibrations. I'd wondered why some of these systems suddenly came back online. Originally, the Protectorate designed this facility to control those grounding towers, which are the only thing keeping Praetor's ceaseless lightning from turning us all into ash. And to be sure, that is the only reason Anti or the Protectorate haven't taken this place by force. They are rightly terrified of what happens if this station goes offline. However, neglect during this conflict led to Axons shorting at 5 of the towers, causing gross misalignment. If they aren't realigned, the failures will catastrophically cascade. prior to being driven from this facility, the Protectorate was exploring lightning-powered explosives. The concept was clearly beyond them, but I have already solved their errors. So with each tower you align, I can produce a batch of the explosives they theorized, and I would happily share them with you. Indeed. When aligned, each tower fills a capacitor I've modified, which provides me with enough electrical accumulation to fabricate a handful of these explosives. Unfortunately, the capacitors are only able to hold the charge for mere moments before failing catastrophically. Thus, I'm limited in production by the 5 capacitors that remain. So, for each tower you align, I am able to fabricate a handful of these electron explosives, the sum of which I shall share with you. That is fantastic news. I'll begin fabrication as soon as you've aligned each tower, and so I shall have the explosives ready for you upon your return. Our intrepid Pathfinder returns. Do you have the recalibration news I've been breathlessly awaiting? Sadly, there's little more I can share. They are obvious to see around this region of Praetor, but I've no good clue as to what may impede your progress at each location. We are simply too short on manpower to explore the towers ourselves, else we would have fixed them ages ago. Nevertheless, it may please you to know that my work correcting the Protectorate's research continues to improve, so it is possible I may have more good news upon your completion. Our intrepid Pathfinder returns. Do you have the recalibration news I've been breathlessly awaiting? Nevertheless, it may please you to know that my work correcting the Protectorate's research continues to improve.
You've returned. Are the Raptidons vanquished? Have you completed the job? Oh, incredible. Then, as the prime requisitionist currently at this station, I confer to you upgraded permissions that allow for surplus supply purchases.
Command. What do you need to worry about? Over here! Free hole in the head!
Ready if you need a house call.
Our intrepid Pathfinder returns. Do you have the recalibration news I've been breathlessly awaiting? Nevertheless,
Locked and loaded. Give the signal. I'm the one you need to worry about. Hey, got a distraction for you.
You're about to enter territory controlled by Auntie's choice. Act accordingly, or you'll end up as close friends with the inside of a Raptidon.
Keep it up and we'll name a vodka flavor after you.
That reporter's gotta be nearby. Ain't keen to jump to conclusions, but I think I got a notion of what we're doing here.
What have we here? You're definitely not a member of my battalion. You best be here on business. My time is valuable. Oh, I didn't realize there were any enhanced soldier candidates left, and certainly none deployed to Praetor. I'd think it wouldn't be worth the cost of transportation.
You didn't miss anything. I ain't deployed. Could say I'm more of a freelancer these days.
I had high hopes for the enhanced soldier program. A good idea with disappointing results. Still, you seem more functional than most of the others I've seen. And there's certainly work for freelancers on this desolate rock. Now then, I assume you have a reason for being here. We were working on getting around it by tunneling through a mountain. Unfortunately, work has ground to a halt, extending my deployment on this void-forsaken dirtball. Agreed. But they have no defenses on that side. Why would you defend the side of an unclimbable mountain range? We could catch them off guard and put an early end to this campaign. Our equipment detected some kind of anomaly, mostly vibrations. Until we know what it is, I ordered to stop. Causing a cave-in gains us nothing. Of course not! No, I'm not gonna dig into this right now. Why would I be? Are your lamps broken? Praetor is a dirtball racked by lightning storms. I understand the strategic value of Praetor, but this assignment is beneath me. In orbit, sitting in HQ, being involved in overall strategic planning of the system-wide campaign. My superior assigning me here. What else? Huh. That sounds like something a lifer on a factory line says.
I'm Orland Crawford, the outsourced but never outmatched wartime correspondent for the ACS Undisputed Claim. You must be the grafted soldier, here to show us all what you can do.
The name's Inez, and yes, Willard Conan sent me to help you with some sort of... I don't know what, exactly.
Now, let's not skip on introductions. Who is this you have with you?
You could say that the teacher has become a student of a cold, harsh world.
The soldier and the bookworm. Not the most compelling of partnerships, but it may work out.
Vice President Conan said he was sending his best. So let's get on with it. Your mission is to infiltrate the Protectorate blockade to the north and capture it. Their defenses are too great to face head-on, so you'll want to sneak in through the back entrance. We've obtained the entry codes through great effort.
My camera drones will be filming the action from above, so do put on a good show. Blow up a few things, and use Inez's abilities to demonstrate the might of Auntie's choice. Yes?
They've detained several of our scouts. I'd like to see them returned. If you deliver this weapons cache to them and free them, they might offer some aid in the fight.
This is quite the opportunity. Normally, a POW might be written off as shrinkage, an unfortunate, unavoidable loss. But their rescue will be worth far more in publicity.
So what? If I hadn't come along, you all would have left those troopers to rot.
Our motto is to leave no man behind, unless it breaches our contract and promises financial penalties, which this does. Now, take these codes for the back door and go.
Once you infiltrate the blockade, neutralize our foes, and open the gates, our remaining troops will move in to secure the blockade for ourselves. Any questions? The drilling crew near the chemical plant is working to punch a path through the mountains. You could use such a path, but for some reason, their job is taking longer than expected.
Or you could go through the Automech production facility north of here. But that's where the scout who brought us the codes lost his life. So proceed with caution and a loaded gun.
Though I trust you may fare better than that poor sod did, I do look forward to seeing you take the fight to the Protectorate. It's about time Auntie gave him a good walloping. Ooh, and spare some time for me after you emerge victorious, won't you? What am I saying? Of course you will! Who wouldn't want to be interviewed for the wireless? Go on now! My camera drones are en route to the blockade. When the action begins, they'll be recording. Do try not to obstruct the footage.
I assume you've got something important to discuss, or a report to give. I don't have time to waste on idle jawing.
a huge admirer of your work from a safe distance.
Keep making us money, friend.
Nice of you to shoulder a bit of the workload.
Not a lot of unfamiliar visages this side of Praetor. Our surplus is available for purchase if you're in need of something. More than happy to oblige.
You know, I reckon half the corpses in here end up as Raptidon chow.
Yes, and?
I spent some time as a Raptidon training assistant. If I get my final severance pay in this war, will one of the Raptidons I trained eat me?
Boy, stop! I don't want to listen to you jaw about this.
Well, maybe it'll be Ripper, or Little Chompy.
Stop!
I miss Little Chompy. I hope he's getting enough to eat.
Hope I have enough saved up that my body doesn't wind up in the general feed and experimentation material bin. Or does it even matter once I'm dead? Should I just enjoy life?
You there, you came from outside the camp, didn't you? Do you have a minute to take a job? For science, of course. Interested in work, or was the allure of helping to advance science and being paid for it too much to resist? I'll get right to it then. I need someone to bring me a Gorvid egg. I'm a head biological researcher doing some fascinating and mighty important work with Gorvids. I sent my assistant off to the north with a tracking device, hoping he'd lay hands on a Gorvid egg. I desperately need that egg for my research. Could you bring me one? Oh, and bring back my assistant, too, if you find him with all his pieces still stuck together. He ain't much good for assisting in research if he's all torn up. Sound reasonable? Which of my assorted critters would you like to know about? We've got quite a pile of them here on Praetor. Excellent hunters, trackers, and shock troops. Extremely loyal, now that we have them on an all-meaty roll-ups diet. We tried them, and they were devastating for all of 12 hours. Then we found out the hard way that they're attracted to lightning, which I claim credit for discovering. Once all the queens got zapped, that was about it. There's no more real hives now, just a few wasps left in the mountains. Gorvids are absolutely fascinating. A sort of simian-avian hybrid, extremely deadly. Absolutely incredible physiology. I can't wait to have an egg. The thought of being the first person to catalog the process makes me positively giddy with excitement. The profits from my next few papers are going to be incredible. Guilty as charged. My job is studying which critters we can use to fight the Protectorate here on Praetor. Right now it's mostly Raptidons, which I'd be more than happy to talk on at length if you've an interest. Sure thing. I sent him off with a tracking device to find a Gorvid egg. He might be out of his depth. Can you find him and bring him and the egg, or at least the egg, back for me? Almost definitely a lethal encounter with a Gorvid, ending in brutal dismemberment. That's what happened to my other 5 assistants. I know. You're absolutely right. I should have held one back to do all the grunt work. Now I have to take apart my own research station. What was I thinking? We found signs of Gorvid activity. I sent him off in hopes he could put a tracker on a Gorvid. Then we could follow it back to its nest. Should be just north from here. Something else, then? Ask away. A little free information is a small price to pay. Excellent question. There is some special process inside the egg that happens just before hatching. I need to watch this in a lab, then swoop in at the last second and dissect it. Some bits? A rather unique weapon from my time in the projectile weapon division of the biological weapons team, and most importantly, a mention in my next paper. Do they have chickens where you're from? Gorvids are similar, but much bigger and much nastier. Something else, then? Thank you! I can hardly wait to get started on that egg.
Wrangling raptidons may seem a mite dangerous, but it's a far safer endeavor than being one of Tedford's research assistants.
This is the blockade we're meant to storm, but we ain't getting in from this side. Ought to find another way around. Auntie's Choice has set up shop somewhere to our south. We pay him a visit, they may just help us reach the lab. Incoming! Take cover!
Troublemaker approaching.
Reckoned you'd be back. My prices are too good to bother going elsewhere. More than happy.
Yeah.